Lisa asks here, I know we're to live with our new way of life by allowing the divine to guide us on our journey. However, at times, I feel so drained and tired of the journey. Do others feel this as well? How do you get through this phase? Yeah, yeah. So honoring those feelings of tiredness and fatigue and resting. Yeah. Whether it's like physical fatigue and physical tired, resting the body, whether it's emotional as well, right? Taking it slow, just being where you're at and not feeling as if you have to like every day be making leaps and bounds in, you know, where you're at on the path. It's a tiring journey. We have to rest, have to rest. And I was told the same. I was so tired, but I felt guilty for resting. I felt like I gotta do stuff, gotta get things done, whether that be in the world or whether that be on my spiritual path. I felt like, oh, I have to keep doing more yoga or more meditation or more reading. And the Shakti within, I would hear over and over again, rest without guilt, trust, just rest without guilt, right? This body goes through so much as we go through this process, so much. Have to rest, to care for it, take our time with it. I went to this temple. What's today? Monday. Yeah, yesterday. And it was a temple for Radhe, right? The manifestation of the Divine Mother, very loving energy. So went to this temple. A friend had invited me just to check it out and see what's all about. And the lady who runs the temple, I don't know what to call her. So she's the lady that runs the temple. She gave a really beautiful uh, talk at the end, and I'll summarize it. But basically, there was, a guru with a bunch of disciples, and there was one disciple. He was like this young boy. He didn't seem to really grasp any of the concepts of the teachings. He was more so just kind of dismissed to do the cleaning and the chores around the ashram, where all of the other disciples were seen as more intellectual and more smart and able to grasp the guru's teachings. So the guru was going on a trip somewhere with all of the disciples, and the guru said, "Who will stay back and maintain the ashram? Because we have to continue the pujas, continue the worship of the deities in the ashram. So who will stay back?" None of them wanted to stay except this young boy, this young disciple. So he stayed back all by himself, and he's offering um, offerings to the statues, to the deities, worshiping them, keeping it going, maintaining the place, cleaning up, milking the cows, doing all the things. And he does this for a few days, and he gets really tired, really tired. And so he's like a young boy. And what he does is he goes up to the deities and he says, "Look, I'm so tired. If you want this place to run, if you want to stay fed, with the prasad, with the offerings, you have to help me. Otherwise, I'm going to go to sleep." And so he says, "I've told you the deal. This is it." So he goes to sleep. And he wakes up, and in his room are, Rama, Lakshman, this Devi, the Divine Mother. And they wake him up and they say, "Hey, like, yeah, we're here. We're going to help you. Tell us what to do." And so he starts telling them, "Okay, you do this, you milk the cows, you make the food, and we'll all do it together." And so he's there by himself at the ashram, like literally running the place with the gods, right? And eventually, long story short, the guru, finds out about this. The disciples find out about this, and they're so impressed. Wow, such devotion. So he did not see these as statues. He saw them as the actual deities themselves, and he had a real relationship with them. So the same way that I talk about, have a real relationship with God, with the divine, with Shakti, negotiate a little bit, right? So he negotiated. He said, "Look, if you want this, you got to help me. I can't do this on my own." And they said, "Absolutely." And they started to serve him rather than him just serving the deities. So in the same way, if you're tired, You can make the same deal as this young disciple. Say, look, you want me to get transformed? You want me to give my gifts and serve and do my mission and all of this? I'll do it. But you know that I'm tired and I can't do this unless I'm have the proper energy and inspiration and resources even. So help me out. And until then, you know where to find me. I'll be in bed, laying down, watching Netflix, reading, whatever it is. I made this deal, was not reprimanded for it, was not reprimanded for it. God said, of course, rest. You're not here to do this on your own. You can't do it on your own. We want to participate with you. We want to relate with you in a really personal way. So I really love that story. Um, and, you know, it's not even just a story. It's apparently a true story, not just like a tale, but really inspiring, you know, from this young boy. Hmm. Yeah, I'm happy you liked that story. I really liked it as well. And she told it so beautifully. I didn't tell it beautifully at all. She really had a lot of devotion and passion when she shared.
I
Yeah.
just want to share about my recent kind of reflection around um surrendering. So it's
Mhm.
basically I've been praying a lot and asking for guidance and so on. And I've been doing this for many years. And for a lot of times it didn't really work. I feel like just me alone asking some help kind of in a hopeless way. I'm like, please help me. And it didn't really help. And and I just been realizing that when I do that, there's a feeling of like a victim. I'm so weak. I'm so helpless. I need like a God to help me. And actually, that vibe, that energy is actually preventing me from getting the help. So it's actually, like, so instead I sort of switch to a more, to like a feeling of confidence and power. And just like, like I'm not like someone hopeless, a victim wanting to be rescued. It's rather like me, I'm like, yeah, like just confidently asking, hey, like, like help me, like in the confident way, like it was all power. And that actually really, really, really changes things. It's yeah, it just I want to share. It's really, really, it feels really good to do that. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you for breaking that down for us. That's a big piece that's fresh for me. I've noticed this in others, but I couldn't express it in the way that you just have. That's great. So the same way that this young disciple in the temple, he wasn't begging like a victim, like, oh, you got to help me. And he was like, look, you want this done? Help me. Otherwise, you're not getting it done, and you'll know where to find me. I'll be sleeping. Very confident. No victim, just straight up fair and reasonable. And the gods showed up for him, right? There's this one story, I shared it a while back. It was on the YouTube channel called Soft White Underbelly. And the host interviews people that have been through some really, really intense life journeys. And long story short, there was this guy who went through a whole lot of challenging stuff in his life. He ends up in jail and he's like just really traumatized and stuff. And in jail, he has a similar ask, similar prayer. Um, Trigger warning, speak briefly about suicide. He's in jail, he's hurting, and he says, God, either you show me how to kill myself or you show me how to heal myself. That's the deal. And immediately his prayer was answered. He got this word, read, start reading. And people began sending him books from around the world. They heard his story and they started sending him books directly to his jail, all sorts of books, spiritual books and things like this. He started to read. He, really everything changed for him. So his prayer was like a very confident, assertive prayer. right? In the same way that this little boy's prayer is it was very assertive, just like what you're sharing, Molly. Not victimhood, not begging like some unworthy person. It's very assertive and reasonable and fair. It's like, God, you want me to participate here? Help me out, right? I think that's so reasonable. God thinks so too, at least what I've experienced in my own life and what I've seen in other stories, like what Molly's sharing here as well. Yeah, God wants to help us. We don't have to like somehow beg and convince God to help us. Just ask from a place of worthiness and deserving and assertiveness and where it's reasonable. I think that's fair.